Look who it is, zooming in from Arizona. He was at Radio Row yesterday here on Nesson today. It's LeGarrette Blount, three-time Super Bowl champ. LG, last week we were talking all about the week leading up to the Super Bowl. Finally, we'll talk about the game. The Eagles are the better team. Mahomes is the best player in this game. What does the Eagles offense, how does that lend an advantage to keep up or outpace Mahomes and take on that Chiefs defense?
The Eagles, like you said, man, this is the best team in the NFL. From front to back, however you want to put it, starters, backups, whatever. This is the best team in the NFL. I say to put themselves in the best position to win this game is they got to run the football. They got to put the ball in Miles Sanders' hands. They got to put the ball in Gainwell's hands. Make sure that A.J. Brown is a part of the game. I seen that last game or maybe the game before, he didn't get a lot of, you know what I'm saying? He didn't get a lot of burn, didn't get a lot of touches, a lot of catches, a lot of targets. This is probably going to be his breakout game. This is probably going to be his playoff breakout game. I can't wait to see it. But these guys are so dynamic and so prolific. They obviously have Jalen Hurts at the helm, MVP front runner before he got hurt. Can throw the ball with the best of them. Obviously can run the ball with the best of them. He's the key. He is the key. Making the right reads on the runs, RPOs. You got to make sure you got all the right reads, whether it's a give, whether it's a throw, whether you keep it, whatever. This is a game where you cannot afford the mistakes, right? You can't afford the mistakes. The Eagles have to play their best game that they've played all season. This is the best team that they've played all season. Defense have to be on their P's and Q's because Mahomes isn't going anywhere, bad ankle or not. He's going to be there, and you're going to get the best version of him that he can give you. So I think that you got to just hold on to the football. This is for both teams. These are two of the most dynamic offenses in the league. So both of them can use the clock to their advantage and limit the other team's possessions, right? So that's what I think that is a big part of it as well.
And you mentioned it, you play clean football, you don't give Patrick Mahomes any extra possessions. Now, I know I'm talking Mahomes, but they got Travis Kelce too, loaded backfields as well. What about the Chiefs' offense do they have to do? Where do they have to execute in order to pull off what's being looked at would be a win, would be an upset?
So for the offense, what I have noticed is that the Eagles aren't the best in the league in the rush defense. They're not. They give up over 100 yards rushing the game. We gave up 100 yards, I think maybe close to, or 100 yards to Christian McCaffrey, considering the fact that they couldn't do anything but run the football. He had one of the most impressive runs that I've seen in playoff history. So you got to be able to stop that, man. We got to be able to tackle. The first man that gets there, make the tackle. If you don't, the rest of the game, get there. Pursue to the football, because these guys got a quarterback. And it's better than everyone that they've ever faced all season. So they got a tight end. Kittle wasn't allowed to be able to be Kittle because Purdy's elbow was messed up. So, they got to look at that, make sure that they understand that, look, we're playing against the best tight end in the league, possibly the best quarterback in the league, and probably one of the greatest offenses in the league as well. So, they got to make sure they cross their T's and dot their I's, and make sure that they got to stop the run. If you can't stop the run in this game, you're going to be in for a long game and you're going to be in trouble. You got to be able to stop the run. And that goes to both sides. And right now, to me, it looks like the weakest team on the run is the Philadelphia Eagles. We got to wrap up. We got to tackle.
That certainly would make it a long day if you can't make them one-dimensional. Now, when you look at the Eagles, Jason Kelce's been there before. Lane Johnson, Fletcher Cox on defense. When you look at the Chiefs, Mahomes, you have Travis Kelce, a carryover of Chris Jones as well. So those are the core guys on each side of the ball. How important is that past experience of playing in a Super Bowl when it comes to the game day, LG?
It is extremely important because the fact that you got to be able to lock in on this game for 2 weeks, right? That's the difference. Being able to lock in on this game for 2 weeks, knowing that you're going to go to this game and eliminating the distractions, not worrying about tickets, not worrying about travel for other people, not worrying about what your parents and your aunt and your uncle and everyone else is doing, not worrying about how they're going to get there. These guys all know that those are distractions. All the guys that you name know that these are distractions. It takes away from the game. It takes away from what you should be doing to prepare for the game. All these different things play a factor in the game itself on Sunday. Yes, you got to go play, but all these distractions, if you add them all up, that's 2 or 3 hours away from film study. That's 2 or 3 hours away from this. That's 2 or 3 hours away from that, which adds up. You might miss some things that are on film that you didn't get to watch because you just worried about too many other things, right? Get off the social media. Get off of the freaking video games. All that good stuff right there, man. All the stuff that you got to lock in for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And after that first week is up, you're coming to the site that you're going to play. Now you got to really hone in because it's even more distractions. There's beautiful women out here. There is bars out here. There's parties out here. Shaq is out here. Gronk is out here. LeBron out here. All these people are out here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Bron probably not out here, but just examples. You know, hey, shout out to my guy for breaking the record, man. You the GOAT. But yeah, man, it's you know, it's all these things play a factor in your success. Whoever is locked in the most and whoever tells their team what it takes to win this game the most and voice that and become that leader, you're going to have an edge. You're going to have an edge. Now, Kansas City is full of a lot of young players, and Philly got a lot of experienced players. So that's why we want these guys to be able to be there and be present at the time.
Most important game of your career, got to lock in more than ever. All right, LG, you broke it down for me. Eagles, Chiefs, who are you taking in this one?
I got the Eagles, man. I got to rock with them, man. 21-31.